Here we go again. Woo! Your brain's going to be hurting by the time we get through with this. I know mine will. And after I'm through with this, if, some of you, there's other stuff I'm not even going to delve into. If somebody wants these after I'm officially through with them, there's plenty more. Excuse me, there's plenty more, and I mean plenty more stuff that you can make a video on just to show what these people believe or don't believe or worship or don't worship or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, showing my grandpa's, I call it a Pumbaa hat, but it's a fez, Arabic. Anyway, and there you got, you got their so-called Holy Bible. All right, here we go again. This is a different book. This is the Scottish Rite, Freemasonry, Spring. Remember, this is back in the 70s. Back in the 70s. So, they'll probably say, oh, we used to believe that. We don't believe it anymore. Okay, if you say so. All right, you want to know what they worship? With last one, you realize that they are into magic. And they worship nature, but this tells you a little more. I told you, every book has something different. They all don't have the same thing. You would at least make it easy on me and just put it all in one book so I don't have to, thumb through all this stuff. But anyway, so here it goes. We've got the Knights, the Knight of the Sun. This is, can you read it?
This is the 28th degree of Freemasonry. It says, the study of the ancient religions is of such vast proportions that were one able to devote his entire lifetime to it, he could not hope to complete it. The worship of the sun and its planets, with more or less variations, was the most prevalent, although originally the planets, as well as fire, light, and heat, were but symbols, or rather the outward manifestations of the Supreme Being or intellect. This degree, which is the 28th degree, especially was the real belief of our first brethren who lived long before the pyramids of Egypt or the first Babylon.
So, that right there, that's, like I said, some of the stuff that's out there on YouTube, a lot of people got it right. But there is some deep, dark, crazy, I'm going to use the word crap out there that I'm just like scratching my head going, what the beep? I beat myself. Yes, I did. Eric is looking up biblical to, I know it's shaky. Like I said, this is, go ahead. You got something to say?
Oh, I was just going to say that right there says the worship of the sun and its planets was the most prevalent. So basically what they're saying, it was if you devote your entire lifetime to the study of the ancient religions, you won't hope to complete it. But the main thrust of the ancient religions is the worship of the sun and its planets. So basically they're saying that's what we should do then, is worship the sun and its planets. Well, let me read what the Bible says in Ezekiel 8, verse 12. Then said he unto me, this is God speaking to Ezekiel, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? Every man in the chambers of his imagery. For they say, the Lord seeth us not. The Lord hath forsaken the earth. He said also unto me, turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations that they do. And in verse 16, one of those greater abominations is, he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord, and their faces towards the east. And they worshipped the sun towards the east. Then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger, and lo, they put the branch to their nose. So here is the Masonic religion saying that we need to study the ancient religions, and the biggest component of that is the worship of the sun and its planets. But God says in His Bible, in Ezekiel 8, that these things, the worshiping of the sun, are a great abomination to the Lord. So again, Freemasonry goes contrary to the very book that they claim to be following, the Holy Bible.